Hi again, Captain Peter Cutsey, and this is the third video briefing on HUD. We're going to look at the VMC mode. And the VMC mode is intended for visual operations. No flight director or HGS guidance is displayed. The VMC mode is intended to enhance the visual approach operation by allowing the pilot to establish and maintain the aircraft on the proper glide path to the runway without reference to a ground-based landing system. Note, during a VMC approach, it is expected that the final phase of the approach will be completed visually. The proper mechanical alignment of the HGS combiner is extremely important. We talked about that before. So there is a quick look at a schematic for the VMC mode. It's basically all raw data. If you notice, the flight path symbol doesn't have a Q. There is no guidance in this mode. It is strictly raw data. In other words, instead of having to look down at your airspeed, altitude, rate, or pitch, you can look through the combiner to the runway or up the combiner and have all that information. A great advantage. So just looking at the, we still have an angle of attack, still have an altimeter, barometric altimeter reading, vertical speed, radio altitude, indicated calibrated airspeed, and commanded speed that's on the MCP, as you would when flying a normal visual approach. So let's just slip out of that and go to a VMC video. It's in a dusk mode, and just what we were looking at, very simple, very neat, no guidance. So basically, you're going to find, and if you notice, the flight path symbol is to the left of the center of the screen because the wind is from the right. There it is here. If there's VMC, and the wind is right here. So let's have a continued look at the video. We'll run the video. Vertical speed, barometric altitude, flight path symbol, accelerate, decelerate caret, which is your energy caret. If you notice, the center of the flight path symbol has the 3-degree glide path line running through it. Just pause that for a second and have a look at that. So there's the 3-degree glide path line that you set up in the MCDU. And you'll find that as we get closer to the runway itself, that line will actually be lined up with the poppy. Let's continue. We're coming up to 1,000 feet above the ground here shortly. And there we are, and we're stabilized. You can see the approach lights. Altitude above the ground. Vertical speed looking good. And we are actually established on the poppy. There's the wind speed up here, and it's 90 degrees, and it's at 15 knots. And what I want you to look at here, there's no guidance. You don't have a cue. That 3-degree line, that dashed line, is right over the poppy. Remember, this is a visual approach. So you're looking through the combiner and then focusing on the combiner and through the combiner and then on the combiner back and forth. But it's a visual approach. So there we are with the poppies, 2 red and 2 white. Here we are just coming up over the threshold. So that is the VMC mode. And you'll find it a great tool in a visual operation. You can also fly a traffic pattern with it, and very easy to use. Okay, let's finish on that. That is the end of the VMC briefing, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will be the last and one of the most important in the series, and it will be the A3 mode. If you want a briefing, call me. Telephone number is on the screen. Email me. We'll set it up with you and your partner, and welcome to the future.